Weep you for him to my face!
Banish me, my lord, but kill me not.
Yeah. No.
Kill me tomorrow. Let me live tonight.
Nay, it is too late.
Oh,
No.
Lord. Lord, Lord. Oh. My lord, my lord. What ho? My lord, my lord. Good, my lord, I would speak a word with you.
'Tis Amelia. Ah, no more moving. Still as the grave.
My lord.
If she come in, she'll sure speak to my wife. My wife. My wife. My wife. I have no wife.
I do beseech you that I may speak to you,
My
good my lord.
wife.
Soft by and by. Let me the curtains draw. What's the matter?
Oh, my good lord.
What now?
Falsely murdered. Alas, what cries that?
That? What?
Oh, and alas, it is my lady's voice. Help, oh, help. Oh, lady, speak again. Sweet Desdemona. Oh, sweet mistress, speak. Guiltless death has died. Oh, who has done this deed?
It was I that killed her. She was false as water.
How it rash of fire to say that she was false. Oh, she was heavenly true.
Your husband knew it all.
My husband.
Your husband.
That she was false to wedlock.
I was Cassio.
If he say so, he lies to his heart. She was too fond of her most filthy bargain.
Huh?
Help! 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 The morning killed my mistress. Murder! Murder!
What is the matter? How now, General?
Oh, you come, Iago. You have done well that men must lay their murders on your neck.
What is the matter?
Disprove this villain if you are a man. He says you told him that his wife was false.
I told him what I thought, and told no more than what he found himself was apt and true.
But did you ever tell him she was false?
I did.
You told a lie. An odious, damned lie. She fought with Cassio?
Iago knows that she was Cassio as the act of shame 1,000 times committed. And she did gratify his amorous works with the recognizance and pledge of love which I first gave her. It was a handkerchief.
Oh, thou dull Moor. The handkerchief you speak on I found by fortune and did give my husband. For often with a solemn earnestness, more than indeed belonged to such a trifle, he begged of me to steal it.
Villainous!
She gave it, Cassio. No, alas, I found it and I did give my husband.
Filth, you lie! Are there no stones in heaven but what serve for the thunder? Press this villain! Bring his sword from him!
I plead, but not kill.
I am not sorry, neither. I'd have thee live. For in my sense, 'tis happiest to die.
Othello, you must forsake this room and go with us. Your power and your command is taken off. You shall close prisoner rest till that the nature of your fault be known to the Venetian state. Come, bring him away.
Soft you. A word or two. I have done the state some service and they know it. No more of that. I pray you, in your letters, when you shall these unlucky deeds relate, speak of them as they are. Nothing extenuate, nor set down aught in malice. Then must you speak of one that loved not wisely, but too well. Of one not easily jealous, but being wrought, perplexed in the extreme. Of one whose hand, like the base Indian, threw a pearl away, richer than all his tribe. I kissed thee ere I killed thee. No way but this. Killing myself to die upon a kiss.
Look on the tragic lodging of this bed. This is thy work, Iago. The object poison's sight, let it be hid. Myself will straight aboard, and to the state this heavy act with
Suspense. Presented by Autolite. Tonight stars Richard Widmark, Kathy Lewis, and Elliot Lewis.
This is Harlow Wilcox speaking for Autolite, world's largest independent manufacturer of automotive electrical equipment. Autolite is proud to serve the greatest names in the industry. They are members of the Autolite family, as well as other 98,000 Autolite distributors and dealers in the United States and thousands more in Canada and throughout the world. Our family also includes the nearly 30,000 men and women in 28 great Autolite plants from coast to coast, and Autolite plants in many foreign countries, as well as the 18,000 people who have invested a portion of their savings in Autolite. Every Autolite product is backed by constant research and precision built to the highest standards of quality and performance. So remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite.
Next week, a story based on fact. The true report of a man who lost a jar which contained the destruction of a city. It is called A Vial of Death, and it will star Mr. Lloyd Nolan. That's next week on Suspense. The abridged Othello was adapted for suspense by Anthony Ellis and Elliot Lewis. The program was transcribed and directed by Mr. Lewis, with music arranged by Lucian Malwick, from themes by Giuseppe Verdi. The orchestra was conducted by Lud Gluskin. Featured in tonight's cast were Joseph Kearns as Cassio, William Conrad as Montano, and Irene Tedrow as Amelia. Your narrator is Larry Thor.
Richard Widmark may soon be seen in the 20th Century Fox picture, Pick Up on South Street.
And remember next week, Mr. Lloyd Nolan in A Vial of Death.
You can buy Autolite C-full batteries, Autolite resistor or standard type spark plugs, and Autolite electrical parts at your neighborhood Autolite dealers. Switch to Autolite. Good night.
Autolite and its 98,000 dealers bring you Mr. Lloyd Nolan in tonight's presentation of Suspense. Tonight, Autolite presents a story based on fact. The documented report of a man who lost a jar which contained the destruction of a city. Vial of Death. Our star, Mr. Lloyd Nolan.
Today's my birthday.
It is? Well, congratulations, Sheriff.
Yep, and I've covered a good many miles in my day.
And congratulations to every driver who uses those world-famous, sure-firing, fit and fabulous Autolite spark plugs. The spark plugs that are ignition engineered for the finest performance money can buy.
Oh, my car's slow and the pick...
Not performing up to par? Well, why not take that car into your Autolite spark plug dealer for a spring checkup? If your spark plugs are worn out, he'll recommend a new set of Autolite spark plugs, either standard or resistor type. Then you'll be set for smooth driving days ahead.
Well, how can I find his address?
Just call Western Union by number and ask for operator 25. She'll quickly tell you the location of your nearest Autolite spark plug dealer, the man with ignition-engineered Autolite spark plugs. And remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite.
And now, Autolite presents Vial of Death, starring Mr. Lloyd Nolan, hoping once again to keep you in suspense.
When it happened, you knew nothing about it. The events of that long, frightening night began about the time you were catching a bus or a streetcar toward home. Probably you had dinner that night, played with the children, then went to bed. You slept. In the morning you got up, came to work, and it was just another day. By then it was all over. Many innocent people missed an appointment with death that morning. You might have been one of them. It was 5 o'clock on that particular night as I climbed the stairs of the downtown Central Station. I'm Lieutenant Joe Holloway, acting chief of detectives during the night watch. Most of the men on the day watch had deserted their desks and were climbing into overcoats as I passed them in the hall.
Evening, Lieutenant.
Sam? Hey, weren't you off yesterday?
Yeah,
Have a nice day.
I guess so. I stayed up when I should have been in bed. Took the kids out to the zoo. And when I should have been up, I went to bed. Today, instead of going to bed, I was up. But to answer your question, Lieutenant, I enjoyed my day off, but I should have stayed in bed.
Well, I guess I should spend more time with my kids, but I don't. Working nights 6 days a week, I never have time to see them.
I can understand that, Lieutenant, but today...
Yeah, maybe next week. Anything interesting on the hot shot sheet?
No, nothing exciting.
Hey, did Ruby come in yet?
On a stakeout tonight.
Oh. Well, might as well make out the watch for tomorrow. Evening papers come in yet?
No.
Excuse me, is this the office of the chief of detectives?
That's right.
Lieutenant Holloway?
Lieutenant?
Yeah,
This is Lieutenant Holloway, mister.
Are you in charge here?
that's right.
I'm Professor Harold M. Froelich. The officer at the front desk told me to see you.
What can I do for you, Professor Froelich?
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to need your help, Lieutenant. You see, my car was stolen a few minutes ago.
Oh, you want the Order of Theft Division. It's right down the hall to your right.
No. You see, I was on my way to the university at Brenton for some lab analysis, and I stopped at a drugstore just a few blocks from here to buy some pipe tobacco.
Yeah?
Well, when I came out of the drugstore, my car was gone, stolen. And I'd left my satchel in the car, too. It contained various instruments and a sizable amount of narcotics.
Oh, I see.
No, you don't. I'm not so concerned about the loss of my car nor the narcotics.
Well, then, what are you concerned about, Professor Froelich?
The vial. That's what worries me.
What vial?
There was a glass vial of bacteria in my satchel, too. You see, my work is developing antibacteriological techniques, protective methods against germ warfare. In this work, I use living microorganisms, bacteria, and the vial contained an extremely large amount of these bacteria.
I see. Now, what kind of bacteria did the vial contain?
Cholera bacteria.
Cholera.
Cholera? Yes. Enough to start a cholera epidemic throughout this city in a matter of hours. If the thief finds that vial and opens it.
How contagious is it?
Oh, if the slightest amount gets on the thief's hands or clothing, sooner or later he'd certainly get it into his food or drinking water. In which case he would undoubtedly develop cholera and then could pass it on to others. Or, thinking the vial is worthless, he might throw it away on the street and break it. Or he could easily throw it into one of the reservoirs around the city, not knowing what it is. Do you understand, Lieutenant?
Yeah, I understand.
Animals and rodents present the greatest danger of all. If they become carriers, an epidemic is inevitable and almost impossible to curb.
Wouldn't the bacteria die if they were exposed to air?
No, they wouldn't become exposed even if the vial were broken. You see, the vial contains a peptone broth, a milky substance. The bacteria are in this peptone broth like bees in a honeycomb. It not only protects them, but it nourishes them as well.
I see.
Lieutenant Holloway, you must find my automobile before the thief has a chance to get at that vial. You can't imagine the horrors this city...
Where was your car stolen?
At the corner of 10th and Main Street about 15 minutes ago. It's a blue sedan, 4-door.
Get this, Sam.
Right.
What year?
51.
License number?
6N16837.
What about the satchel?
Black, usual doctor's bag with my initials on it in gold. HMF.
Describe the vial.
Oh, let me see. About 8 inches long, diameter 2 inches. A silver pressure cap with a lump on top. It can't be opened without pressing the top. The contents are milky fluid. It's about the size of a baby's feeding bottle.
Sam, get Lieutenant Ruby off that stakeout right away. Tell him to meet me at 10th and Main.
Okay.
I'll put an APB on the car. Radio room, this is Lieutenant Holloway. Broadcast this immediately. To all units, stolen car, registered to a Professor Harold M. Froelich. License number in the 8 column.
How you been?
6837.
Oh, thank you, Raven.
If this car
Hey,
is
J.
located,
Grant
hold and
Peace.
notify Lieutenant Holloway Central
J.
Division
Grant
immediately. You got that? Yeah. Now,
I
also
hope you
put out a
guys can
call
hear
for all
me.
B units in the 4th, 5th, and 6th districts to report to me at 10th and Main. Code 3. Same?
Yeah.
Notify the chief.
Let's
And call
see.
the city health officer and tell him to meet me at 10th and Main right away.
Right.
Thank you. Just wanted to make
This is
sure.
Holloway. Send every available man to 10th and Main.
Can you
Code
hear
3. I'll be
the
there in 5
can you
minutes.
hear the
We'll start a search of the neighborhood
the
where you found
background
Stowe.
music
Maybe
as
we'll
well?
find a car nearby. Maybe not.
Not
but
really
it's a start.
music, but you get what I'm
Lieutenant,
talking about.
We must anticipate a cholera epidemic should the bacteria get loose. Serum's facilities.
Always
doctors,
gotta make
Take that up
sure.
with the city health officer.
And we must notify all hospitals and emergency wards to report immediately any case that appears with the symptoms of cholera.
Now.
Then, if a case is reported, we will have something to work on.
Yeah, we will indeed have something to work on.
Let's get
It
rid
was
of
7
that.
o'clock that evening when 120 officers and reserves gathered at the intersection of 10th and Main.
But I hope you guys have been doing good. How's everybody been doing?
The curious was shuffled off. The press banned. Lieutenant Ruby reported for duty, and I agreed.
Which one? You mean the
7:30,
mouse?
The city health officer arrived.
You
Serums
mean
were
the
ordered.
mouse?
Red
She's
Cross
an
alert.
alchemist.
Doctors and nurses notified to
And
be on call if an epidemic
her,
Hospitals
it's just,
been told to notify us if a
yeah,
case
she's
appears
an
with
alchemist.
symptoms
And this
extreme
gal is not a
intestinal
thief
pain,
either. I don't play
spasms,
thieves.
vomiting, and severe
I
dehydration.
rarely ever play
Everything was
any
done
kind of
without
thief or
attaching
anything
the
like
word
that.
cholera to the operation.
I don't like
8:15,
stealing.
a break.
Even in fictional
Just a small
games,
one.
I rarely
Professor
like
Froehlich's
stealing,
car was found
except
10
in
blocks
Skyway.
away.
This is it.
Because I have to.
Private far.
Oh, I hope this
It's either that or I die
Also
immediately.
known.
There's nothing in the front seat. Key's still in it. Oh, Ruby, check the trunk.
Right.
I hope you've been good,
Don't
by
touch
the way,
anything,
J.
Doctor.
Grant
Maybe it's in
Peace.
the back seat.
And I do hope you've been good, Raven. I know
Nothing.
it's probably what, like
Find anything, Ruby?
Nothing in the trunk, Joe.
Well, I guess he took the satchel
late in
with
the
him.
evening.
No, why?
Pawn it, probably. Ruby, get a
Gonna
latent
get some
fingerprint
fresh
man
air
down here
at
to
the
dust
work
this
mode.
car.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell him to hurry.
Now what, Lieutenant?
Now, we try to find that satchel.
A random question. But can we all agree, Raven?
An hour passed. 2. No progress.
No.
The only fingerprints
No, I
found
don't
on the
agree
Froehlich's
at
car
all.
were his own.
No,
Suspects could pick
I
it up.
don't agree
No
at
way.
all. Nuh-uh.
The search for the satchel continued.
Raven's the
Midnight.
best.
Still no progress.
You just
I thought
wish
about the
you
other
were
parts of the
as
city,
cool as
quiet,
Raven.
Sleep, unaware of the night and what it had produced.
You just wish you
At
were as
1:30,
cool
another
as
break.
Raven.
One we'd hoped wouldn't come.
When was he brought in, nurse?
A little after 12.
Especially the red
Critical.
ones. Oh my
Respiration
goodness.
very low. Severe dehydration.
No. I love Raven. She's awesome.
Also, the lab confirmed presence
She's
of live
really
vibrio
cool.
organisms.
Who brought him in?
Yeah.
Ambulance call. The patient had been in one of those awful bars down the street. He suddenly became ill, delirious, then fell to the floor with intense spasms of the
Exactly.
intestinal tract.
No love like sibling love. Thank you for coming in, man. I do
In
appreciate
here,
it.
I thought it best not to put him in a
That's
ward.
an interesting name. The Niche of Time. Niche of Time.
Well, Professor Froehlich?
It's okay. I'll kick him in the
Can you
shit from the
visualize
back.
this happening all over the city? Your wife.
You know what? You could always soft ban him. You've got the power.
His organism, there's no doubt now.
You can always just
Nurse,
soft ban
was there
him.
any identification?
Just give him a timeout for about 5 minutes.
His name was Al Walker, 8200 Carl Street.
I guessed it immediately, buddy.
Can you hear me? Al, listen. I've got to ask you some questions. Try to
It's
answer.
pronounced Nick.
Al,
That's why I linked it to
Al, did
say
you steal a car
so
tonight?
people would pronounce it right.
Al, can you
Okay.
hear me?
The Nick of Time.
Al?
Alright.
Look, Professor, can I do any harm now?
But,
Lieutenant Holloway, but
that says niche.
Al, listen to me.
But,
Did
okay.
you take a glass vial
Alright.
out of
I
that
won't
car?
judge.
It was in a satchel, a glass
We
jar
all
and a
have
black
our
sack.
vices.
Al,
Glass jar?
Yes. Did you take it, the jar?
I can't breathe.
Did you take that satchel out of a car tonight?
Maybe Lieutenant.
Quiet. Can you hear me?
My name is
What
Nick,
did you do
but
with
it's
that
pronounced
glass
Nick.
jar that was in the
Okay.
bag? Did you
Danish
open
is dumb. What? The Danish? I love the Danish. It's quite tasty, and it's bad for you, but I love it.
With me,
Nom 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 nom. I'm trying to lose weight. It's not easy. It's not as easy as you think.
Where? Find out where. Where did you throw it?
The language is trash. I mean, it's mostly, I don't know. I'm not going to try to, start speaking your language and intentionally insult you. No.
Well,
no, I didn't. I'm sorry.
All over the city.
No. I don't know Danish. The only people I know are you.
Autolite is bringing you Mr. Lloyd Nolan.
But yes, thank you everybody for coming in. I do appreciate it.
Outstanding theater of thrills, suspense.
Hey, Harlow. My friend Slim corralled himself a whole herd of wonder workers.
He did, Sheriff?
Yep, he got a set of them Autolite resistor spark plugs. Says they're the finest thing since Texas joined the Union.
Well, they sure are, Sheriff. The greatest advance in spark plugs for automotive use in 25 years. That built-in exclusive Autolite 10,000 ohm resistor makes possible such outstanding advantages as double spark plug life, smoother engine performance, and quick starts. And the Autolite resistor spark plug is only one of a complete line of world-famous Autolite spark plugs, ignition engineered for every use.
So lasso yourself a whole set of them Autolite resistor spark plugs, partners.
They're available at your nearest Autolite spark plug dealers. To locate him quickly, call Western Union by number and ask for Operator 25. And remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite.
And now, Autolite brings back to our Hollywood soundstage Mr. Lloyd Nolan in Elliot Lewis's production of Vial of Death, a dramatic report well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Al Walker was dead. Not knowing what the stolen vial contained, he had opened it and exposed himself to disease. Then he'd thrown it away. This is what faced us in our city that night. An epidemic of
Ojima! Is that a goat I see? With a dash of hugs and a sprinkle of and most delivering some passion. Yes, love the goat chimeras. Huggies. Aw, thanks, buddy. Thanks, Ojima. You're awesome too, bro. Great people here.
You're certain he was here about 7 o'clock?
Positive. I heard him come in.
There's so many great people here. Thank you for coming in and just saying hey.
Well, what did he do? Steal them things?
Where do we go from here, Lieutenant?
I guess we'll have to go back and start with that bar.
You know, you better quarantine this place and get the health department
We're
out
just
here.
talking about the Danish
Anyone who came into contact
and
with
how
Al Walker
awesome
will
they
have to
are
be
and
vaccinated.
how garbage their language is, it
He
seems.
was, sick.
Yeah, very bad.
But that's one Danish man's opinion.
And you say anyone who was near him might catch what he has?
If they aren't vaccinated right away, they might.
Well, then, Mrs.
There's something you haven't told us.
Well, I don't want to cause anybody no trouble, but when Al was here earlier tonight, he stopped in to see Mrs. Pierce. They were friends.
Where does Mrs. Pierce live?
In 306, the end of the hall. I wasn't snooping. It's just that I like to know what's going on in my place, that's all.
Okay. Now, you better get back to bed, lady.
Bed? Who can sleep with a thing like this in the house? Well, what will the tenants say?
What time is it, Lieutenant?
3 a.m. There it is.
daylight in a few hours. There's much time.
I know.
Haven! MCQ.
Asleep?
Haven, how you been? Hope you were good.
Police, open up.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jeebus. Hope everybody's been good. Hope you've been good, Haven.
What do you want?
You, Mrs. Pierce?
Anytime,
You know Al Walker.
anytime. If you are a great
Al
bud
Walker?
and wonderful
Yeah.
dude to chill out,
down
so
by
honestly,
the
you are
street.
awesome.
When was the last time
Thank
saw
you,
Al?
bud. Hey, man, you're awesome. Bro,
I could say
you know what?
a week ago, maybe.
You're radical.
What's going on out there?
Nothing, Klaus. Go back to bed.
We're all just chill here and just cool.
Police. There was left. Now look,
I'm
it's
doing
very
well
important.
yourself, apart from
We've got to know if either one of you
Oh,
saw Al Walker
yeah.
last night.
I'm doing good. I'm just working on some stuff before going to work. I just wanted to get it done. I should have drawn last night, but I was just too distracted. And I was playing a video game that I bought, and I should have been drawing, but I'm drawing now.
That milky substance.
I like the game very much, so
Well,
I
because
just
of it, he's dead now.
yeah.
Dad?
He died a few hours ago.
I need to get stuff done.
Dad?
Anyone who
I
came in
can
contact
I
with
can
Al
play it
last night
when I
after
get
he
all
opened
my
that file
shit
can
done.
expect the same thing.
Oh, no.
You saw him.
What? Yes.
When I get everything done.
See that punk no more.
Shut up, you
So
big
I'm
ass.
Did Al
not
have
gonna
that
harp
file
on
when
it,
you saw
just
him?
gonna keep
What did he
going.
do with it?
What? He opened it here in this apartment. He opened it and smelled it.
Oh, good Lord.
He put the top back on because he said it smelled like rotten eggs. What was it? Will I get it too? Will I get it?
Hey, Ruby, call downtown. Tell him to get out here fast.
Chabra, chabra. Also loving the line work. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Oh man. I hope all your projects been working out, man.
The health department will be here pretty soon.
I try to be for everybody's screen as much as possible. Anytime that anybody screams, I try to at least give them a second, but then I'm just like, oh fuck, I gotta go.
Come on, we'll try the porch.
That's what happens when you got a full-time job.
3:30 a.m. We pulled up in front of the pawn shop at 3rd and Larkin. The shades are down in the windows, but there's a light somewhere in the back.
Gotta work in the deli today, so you know, too much fun.
Yeah, he's up late, eh?
Oh my god.
It has to be here.
I did it.
We've got to find it
I
before
did
morning.
it. I did it. I did it.
What do you want?
Open up, police.
Police?
Open up.
Nice.
What for?
I said open it or we'll break it down.
Well, sure. Whatever you say.
All right, now listen. I want some answers, Pop, and I want them fast.
Oh, sure, fellas. I always cooperate with you boys.
Al Walker was here last night. He sold you some stuff.
Al Walker? Who's he?
Look at this, my satchel. It was on the counter.
Well, is that yours, mister? You never know where this stuff comes from.
Will you quit stalling? We know Al Walker brought that in here. And there was a glass vial in that satchel. Where's it now?
I tell you, I don't...
Al Walker's dead.
From what?
From the contents of that vial.
That milky stuff?
Then you have seen.
Well, I did have...
Where is it now?
We threw it away. Wasn't anything.
Where'd you throw it?
In the alley out back.
All right, show us.
Was it open?
No, closed. I didn't know the stuff was something.
All right, save it, Pop, will you?
Yeah, I'll keep it. There. I threw it in that pile of junk.
I don't see it.
But yeah, the deli is going to be too much fun today, and I say that with all the sarcasm in the world.
How it isn't here, Lieutenant.
Keep looking, it has to be.
You guys, if you need the lurk, just let me know. It's totally fine. I've got a little lurk for you. I don't mind. I got alert command and everything. You need to work just
always
right.
play in. They're always picking things up
You
and
just
taking
need
them
to
away.
say, hey, I love
any
your
of
work, and then head on out. I'm not
I
going to be
don't know for
mad.
sure.
Joe, look at this chalk drawing on the wall.
I'm just
What
going to
about
be
it?
like,
Well,
okay.
them kids through that there are always doing it.
I
Under
love
the
that
face it
name,
says
though.
Louis is a gooey.
Louis. Sure, I know Louis. He was one of them. He lives over there in one of them apartment buildings.
Which one?
I don't know which one. I seen him go that way sometimes.
It's nearly 4 o'clock, Lieutenant. Can we get through all those buildings before morning?
We'll have to try. We'd better get Pop here vaccinated before we run him in.
Say, Joe.
What?
Don't you think it would be a good idea if we got vaccinated, just in case?
Well, sure, yeah, but we haven't got time, Ruby. Come on. It was a big block covered with big apartment houses. An additional 16 men were called in, and we started checking from apartment to apartment, asking for a kid named Louis and the glass vial. The people half asleep must have thought we were crazy. What they thought wasn't important. What they would wake up to in the morning was 5 o'clock, 6. It got light out.
Yeah, it's missing you, dude, but projects be holding my ass up in my... So, honestly, no stream for the day and then tomorrow until it's done, so you're all good. Also, I like these streams. Thanks, Ojima. Thank you. Look, guys, I understand. Just know that I do want to be there. I want to be there just as much as you guys are here for me. I just... Oh, God.
Another hour, maybe.
Here's the next one.
Okay.
Also, I forget that I can just host.
Bacon. Yeah. Smells good.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on.
What's wrong?
I can just host and they know that I'm doing something for them.
Why?
Well, do you know of a boy by that
Oh,
name in the
man.
building?
No, all my boys are good children. They done nothing wrong.
Mama, Sybil's got my jar and she won't give it to
Tommy,
me.
don't bother me now.
Well, make Sybil give me my jar.
Lieutenant.
Yeah. Hey, Tommy, where's Sybil?
Hey, you can't come in like that.
Take us to Sybil, Tommy.
She's in the bedroom. I'll show you.
You stay here, lady.
You got a lot of nerve telling me what to do in my own place.
Where'd you get the jar, Tommy?
I took it away from Louis. It's a pretty jar. I'm going to keep spiders in it. Here's the bedroom. There's Sybil in the crib.
Joe, look.
Mama says Sybil's having tea.
Easy does it. If she takes it out of her mouth and lets go of it, it'll fall on the floor.
Oh, careful, Lieutenant. Don't frighten her.
Yeah, just chill out. Enjoy yourselves.
Don't drop it, Joe.
Just chill out and hang out. You don't. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be, you know, too much. Sorry, GPU updated so that again. Yeah. You know, it's all good, man. GPUs stuttered and stuff like that. It's okay. No. It's just that I need to host you and stuff like that. You know, host people that artists I love and stuff like that. You guys are awesome.
If the people in this city only
There's so many people I follow that I understand if you can't, like, if you've gotten this far, you're probably following a few people. And it's like, you can only follow so many people a day. And you just hope they're doing good.
It's gonna be a nice day. Yep.
Like, one of the streamers that I follow, he's a Fallout 76 streamer. I can't dang follow him all the time.
Take my kids to the zoo.
I can't dang follow him all the time. He's trying his best. He's a great guy. There's nothing we can do about that.
Suspense. Presented by Autolite. Tonight's
But
star,
yeah,
Mr.
no,
Lloyd
like,
Nolan.
Ojima, I know you're doing great. It's probably amazing right now.
Of automotive electrical equipment. Autolite is proud to serve the greatest names in the industry. They are members of the Autolite family, as well as are the 98,000 Autolite distributors and dealers
But
in the
at
United States
1:15, I need to get
thousands more
ready
in Canada and throughout the world.
Our family also includes the
To
nearly
get going.
30,000 men and women in 28 great Autolite plants from
got a
coast to
bit.
coast, and Autolite plants in many foreign countries, as well as the 18,000 people who have invested a portion of their savings in Autolite. Every Autolite product is backed by constant research and precision built to the highest standards of quality and performance. So remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite.
Next week, a new and terrifying tale in the suspense
Just gotta
tradition.
make sure that
Story
these
of a man
hands
who
look
overhears a
accurate.
murder plot and is discovered in his hiding
As
place
accurate
by
as
the murderers.
lizard
It's
hands
called
can.
Pigeon in the Cage. Our star, Mr.
Yeah, I
Dick
understand
Haynes.
if people don't
That's
stay.
next week
I understand if people don't.
Suspense.
If people gotta lurk and stuff like that. People have lives. I get it.
Suspense is produced and directed by Elliot Lewis, with music composed by Lucian Morovic and conducted by Lud Luskin. Vial of Death was written for Suspense by Augustus C. Bays. Featured in the cast were Joseph Kearns, Jerry House, James McCallion, Truda Marson, Martha Wentworth, Charlotte
I
Lawrence,
guess that
Joseph
robot
Granby,
call was
Naomi Stevens,
Nicole.
Clayton Post, and Jeffrey Silver.
Lloyd
Ah,
Nolan
this
can
was
soon be
Nicole.
seen in Island in the Sky, a Wayne
Okay.
Fellows production from the book by
All
Ernest
right,
K.
robot.
Gann.
And remember,
think they've
next
become
week,
sentient,
Mr. Dick
guys.
Haynes in Pigeon in the Cage.
You can buy Autolite resistor or standard type spark plugs, Autolite electrical parts, and Autolite stay full batteries at your neighborhood Autolite dealers. Switch to Autolite. Good night.
This is the CBS Radio Network. Autolite and its 98,000 dealers bring you Mr. Ronald Coleman in tonight's presentation of Suspense.
Tonight, Autolite brings you the story of a mind reader who discovers his nightclub act is not a fake. A vision of death. Our star, Mr. Ronald Coleman.
What's the trouble, Oscar Otto?
It's my battery, Harold. Water, please.
Why, sure. But why not avoid that battery distress, Oscar? Get an Autolite Stay Full, the battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use.
Is that a fact, Harold?
A fact that millions of cars and owners have proved for themselves, Oscar. And the Autolite Stay Full gives longer life, too. Fiberglass retaining mats protect every positive flake to reduce shedding and flaking, and give the Autolite Stay Full longer life, as proved by tests conducted according to accepted life cycle standards.
Where do I get this no-worry battery, Harlow?
From your nearest Autolite battery dealer. To quickly locate him, phone Western Union by number and ask for operator 25.
I'll tell you the name of your nearest Autolite battery dealer, where you can get an Autolite Stay Full, the battery that needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use.
And remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite.
And now, Autolite presents A Vision of Death, starring Mr. Ronald Coleman, hoping once again to keep you in suspense.
If I speak too rapidly for your stenographer, you'll tell me, won't you, Lieutenant? No offense, but he impresses me as someone who has to sit on the floor to put on his shoes. And stop me if I seem to wander away from the point, won't you? I mean to say, this is my first and I hope final appearance in a police precinct, and I should hate to give a sloppy performance. We were always known, Aurora and I, for the smoothness and gem-like precision of our act. As far as this murder rap, I suppose it's called, is concerned, an acquaintance with our act is the essential rabbit. Awfully good act. Smart, informal, occasionally humorous, and always mystifying. Well, The act always began with music, never with the cliché fanfare of trumpets or roll of drums. I would saunter out to the center of the floor and say something like, "Good evening. You are about to witness an exhibition of mental telepathy. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce Aurora, my wife?" They never failed to give her a hand. What would they applaud? Why, the vision she presented as she came toward me. There has never been anyone as lovely as Aurora, the most beautiful flesh in the profession. Now, Aurora, would you care to tell the audience, or shall I?
You tell them, Judd, while I tie the blindfold across my eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, all mind readers employ a gimmick. A gimmick is a trick, a device. For example, when the mind reader, threading his way through the audience, says to the mind reader sitting blindfolded on the stage, "A lady has given me a
hello,
small object
my
which I
favorite
now hold in
goat.
my hand. What is
Oh,
it?"
thank you
And
so
the mind
much.
reader sitting
It's so
blindfolded
nice to be
replies,
called
"A
your
silver
favorite
coin."
goat,
The answer has not come through
which
mind
implies
reading. No.
that there's
It has
more
come through
than
the gimmick.
one.
A cue or signal communicated through the very question itself.
I'm glad I'm your favorite. I'm many favorites, it seems.
That I never speak to
Seems
Aurora
that
at all.
people actually
Are you
like
ready,
me.
Rory?
Ready, Judd?
It's nice.
Here we go then. Now,
I hope you're doing well, Omega Al.
Concentrate on it like a good chap. And you
And that also goes for everybody
It's
else.
a Mexican peso bearing the date 1892.
I am a great goat.
Oh, that's very clever of you, madam. I'll be
I
surprised
am
if she
a
gets this
great
one.
The
goat.
lady holds in her hand her other hand.
You're a chimera goat after all. You see, the chimera was in all of us. Every last one
The
of
audience
us.
never realized, never in all the years we worked, that although I was not speaking to Aurora directly, my chatter
Yeah,
nevertheless
Haven
was
is
loaded
here.
with signals and cues for her guidance.
Haven's so cool.
By revealing
Haven's
the gimmick,
very chill.
we concealed the gimmick, and that, Lieutenant, is the neat plus ultra of gimmicks. Yes, it was as crude as that.
Haven is nothing but a chill person who keeps up with everything. It's probably like nighttime where Haven's at. I'm not sure what time it is where Haven is.
Good news, Judd.
Because it's
I managed to
afternoon
book the act
here.
into the College Inn in Chicago with a 4-week guarantee. That's not bad, huh?
Get him. He managed to book the act. I suppose they never heard of us in Chicago. I suppose we were down over there 6 weeks when we played the Fantasy in 1948.
Whoa, it's your birthday? Happy birthday, Omega Al!
I have never yet heard you say money is
Oh, my
long, money is
God.
loose. You have to sweat for your 10%, don't you? Yes, you do.
Oh, my
and
God.
a big there you do. Agents, they're all alike.
By the way, some more
There's the milk
shoutouts.
of human memory.
Because they're,
What were you when I first saw you? Nothing, not this much.
they're amazing
Playing
people.
10 a day on the campus in Monash, Wisconsin, and paid off in bottle tops. I worked, I schemed, I sweated.
Agents, all of them. All they know is how to live off a dead whale. Scum of the earth.
I'm not going to take that from you. You hear me?
You'll take it, baby, along with the 10%.
Gotcha,
You'll take
gotcha.
it, you'll chew it, you'll swallow it, and you'll keep it down. How do you like that?
I'm warning you, kid. Don't push me too far. Don't push me.
Oh my goodness.
Children, now on your way, Harry, and don't let it get
It's
you down.
7:30
I
there,
think a 4-week guarantee's
Jesus.
pretty good.
Thanks, Judd.
Oh no.
Yeah, why go into it? I'm going.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Hope you enjoyed yourself and your stream too.
But aside from these altercations between Rory and Harry, it was smooth sailing. We wore the best, ate the best, drank the best, stayed at the finest
And I hope
hotel.
your birthday goes
And
well.
every
I'm
Saturday
glad that
night
you're
after the
spending it
phone,
with
Harry would ring us
friends
on
and you're
Saturday.
hanging out with
He'd
us.
bring it in cash. 1,000, 12, 50, 15.
Hopefully we'll make it better or for worse.
Been given too many with a high latex content. Anyway, life couldn't have been more placid. And then, one evening, about 5 weeks ago, soon after we opened the Grove here in town, a frightening thing occurred. We just begun the act.
Yes,
and I was
hopefully
out of the
for the better, but I'm not, as they say, don't count your chickens before they hatch. But it's 7:30 so far, so it must have been a good day.
In her hand, a compact. It
So you must have been through
It bears her
a
initials,
good day
R.C.
so far, and then you're like, oh man, what's Goat up to? Oh, he's just drawing.
The gentleman is holding an engagement ring. In it are 3 small diamonds.
Yay! They remembered you! Hooray! So, what was the final grade, or, you know?
It's a small cameo brooch.
Rory! Maurice, music!
Gotcha. You haven't checked yet.
To our dressing room, almost beside myself with
To be
anxiety.
honest, I'm
I
afraid.
placed her on
Well,
the couch, dampened the
whatever
towel, put it on her
happens,
forehead and began to chafe her wrists.
you, good or bad,
Rory, honey, Rory.
I think that if you put in the work and effort, I think you'll find exactly what you're looking for.
Try to remember what happened.
I felt funny. I don't remember.
Try, Rory, try. Try to remember. It's important.
And even if it's not the best,
Why is it
you know,
You don't know? Rory, you
at least
don't
you
know.
did something. At least you worked on something and you tried your best. And that's all anybody can ask for sometimes. I mean, not college. College asks for more than that. But we don't care. I mean, we care about you. We just don't care what the college says about you. Or university, as they say in other countries.
I never did either until that night. I don't mind telling you I was badly
But I
shaken.
do hope it goes well.
After all, I knew we'd been using a gimmick, and suddenly it began to happen without the gimmick.
You're an awesome person and you deserve the best.
We didn't know what we were getting into, but we went on with the act. And in my mind, I began to search about for the answer. I found it, of course. You'll find a gimmick in almost everything, if you look hard enough. I've got it, Rory. We work together so long that you know what I'm about to say before I say it. From my inflection, my pauses, even my movements. You see?
Oh, Jed, that has to be it.
Oh, this is marvelous. When Harry gets back, I'll tell him about it.
And if I last till tomorrow, we can ask the management for more
Yeah,
dough.
birthday cookies.
Next Thursday.
Tonight. How much more should we ask for?
Tonight? What made you say tonight?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Well, you were there when he told me he'd be in Palm Springs till Thursday. What made you say tonight?
I don't know. What difference does it make? Stop picking on me. So I made a mistake, so what?
I don't see how you can make such a mistake, that's all.
Oh, Jed, leave me alone. I've been worried half crazy about really being able to read your mind. I've been under a strain. So Harry's coming back Thursday and not tonight. All right, are you satisfied? He'll be here Thursday, not tonight.
You Justin Stone, mister? This dressing room me?
Yeah, what is it?
Telegram, sign here.
Sign for it, will you, Rory?
There you are, kid. Cheddar, I'm sorry I blew up in your face. Cheddar, what's the matter?
It's from Harry. He's coming in tonight. And he did, too, Lieutenant. Rory was so upset by it, she couldn't go on at all that evening. She had no explanation for how she knew, none whatsoever.
I don't know, Jed. I just don't know. My mind seemed to go blank. I seemed to hear a voice whisper in my ear, Harry Arnold will be with you tonight. That's all.
Yeah, Raven.
When we got back to our suite at the hotel,
Oh, it's
Harry
Omega
was there, waiting
Al.
for us. Oh, what happened?
Omega Al.
Well, what happened? You both look
And
like
remember,
ghosts.
if you're
I'll
just a
tell you some other
user,
time. Leave us alone,
you
will
can
you?
also just put in this one.
Thanks, Harry. Thanks. What is it? Open it, why don't you?
It's a bathrobe. A red
This one,
silk
just in
bathrobe
case.
with your initials.
That's right, it's a red. How does she
Yeah.
know?
See?
How do you know?
Get out of here! Get out of here! Just make him get out of here!
I won't be talked to like that. I
happy
don't care who she is, I won't
birthday.
be talked to.
Hey, shut up. For heaven's sake, shut up and go away.
But yeah,
Leave us
you can
alone. Go,
use
get
that
out. Get out.
command if you guys ever
Jack?
need to.
She's got you talking against me, too? All right, I'm going. I'm going, but from here on in, it's
Yeah,
strictly
Omega
business
Al,
between
if
us.
you
I
want
wash
to
my
stream,
hands.
it's your birthday. Do whatever makes you happy, man. I'm gonna scream on my birthday. So many August babies. So many freaking August babies.
From that time on, he kept
We're
himself to
everywhere.
himself. And I was prepared to let it go at that, much as I like
I'm gonna
Harry.
scream on the
Until
28th
the
on
night
my
I was
birthday.
awakened by Rory, moaning in her sleep.
No. No, please, no. No.
Yeah.
Rory, wake up. You're having a bad
Don't
dream,
force.
Rory.
Don't let us force you to stream. We'd love you to stream, but don't force yourself now. Yeah. All the birthdays. Yes.
I'm here.
Mine is on the 28th. So
The voice.
don't you worry. It'll be a nice birthday.
Again?
Yes. Oh, Judd.
Yeet.
What?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to kill me. Harry Arnold is going to kill me.
Yep.
And that, Lieutenant, was the beginning of the end of that.
Autolite is bringing you Mr. Ronald Coleman in A Vision of Death. Tonight's presentation in radio's outstanding theater of thrills, Suspense.
Hey, Harlow, here's a riddle.
Shoot, Oscar Otto.
I got it, and I have it.
You've got an Autolite Stay Full battery, and now you have a power-packed Paragon that gives quick, dependable starts and needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use.
You said a stay full, Harlow.
Just what every driver should say when he needs a battery, Oscar. An Autolite Stay Full with the fiberglass retaining mats protecting every positive plate to reduce shedding and flaking and give that brawny battery longer life, as proved by tests conducted according to accepted life cycle standards. So, friends, choose the battery that states right on the case, needs water only 3 times a year in normal car use. To learn quickly where to get an Autolite Stay Full battery, just phone Western Union by number and ask for Operator 25.
I'll tell you the location of your nearest Autolite battery dealer, the expert on all makes of batteries.
And remember, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite.
And now, Autolite brings back to our Hollywood soundstage Mr. Ronald Coleman in Elliot Lewis's production of A Vision of Death, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Rory, get a grip on yourself.
He's going to kill me. Harry's going to kill me.
Don't be ridiculous. Stop it now. It was just a bad dream.
He's going to kill me.
Will you stop that? Will you stop saying that?
Judd, hold me. I'm frightened. Harry's going to kill me.
You've had a bad dream, I guess.
He hates me. He hates me. Oh, Judd, he's going to kill me.
I'm a rational man, Lieutenant. I've always felt, for example, that when Hamlet says there are stranger things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy, Horatio ought to reply, tell that to Sweeney. I knew there was no such thing as mental telepathy.
So I'm going to celebrate my birthday by doing the first
Up here in
page.
my head, I knew it.
We're working on the first page
The next
on
afternoon,
screen.
I
And
found
that'll
myself
be a
entering a
great
gun shop and
birthday.
purchasing a revolver and a box of bullets. Determined that
Succeeding
before
at
Harry
what I
Arnold
want to
could
do.
so much as injure one hair of Rory's head, I would kill him.
Putting out what I
should have
feel
gone
like I
directly to
can
the
put
police
out.
first.
Try
No
to do
using
as best as
hindsight,
I can.
Lieutenant. I had all that out with Rory.
Please, Judd, please, go to the police.
That's the
Tell
kind
them
of thing
about
that
this.
I
Let them
really
handle
wanna
it.
Well, tell them what? That by reading his mind, we've learned Harry intends to murder you?
Make
They'll
a
believe us.
manga.
They've got to believe
Make
us.
You're reasoning like a
a
child.
American
Decide that it's either a
manga.
publicity stunt or else that we're both
I don't know if
lunatics.
we have a
Tell them
term
about the
for that
telegram and the
yet.
birthday
I
present.
guess it
We
would
have no
just
proof.
be
We have to
graphic
do
novel.
something.
What? Tell me what? You know he intends to kill you. I know he intends
it's
to kill you.
okay.
But what can we
Look,
do?
Raven,
Do you
you
know
don't
when
have
he's
to
going to
stay
do it
if
or how
you
he's going to do
need
it?
to just chill out. Go chill
No.
out.
He hasn't decided.
It's okay. I know that you're
Judd,
that
isn't there
you're an
anything we
awesome
can do?
person.
Nothing.
It's alright if you need
Except
to
wait.
just chill out. Just chillax. Yeah, exactly. Omega Owler. Oh.
I reacted to the waiting as you might expect, Lieutenant. Sleeplessness, loss of appetite, growing irritability. I flared up at everyone. Waiters, chambermaids, elevator boys, the manager of the club.
Okay.
The manager of the club.
Serious message.
He finally said to me,
So what the devil's gotten into you? I'd really like to know.
none of your business.
Thank you for coming in, Omega Owler. If you just need
Leave
to,
me alone.
if you got things to go or do,
I'd let you know right now if your contract didn't have another week to run. But after that, I'll
no,
let you
no
strictly
hard
alone.
feelings, mate.
You'll never work
Enjoy
this club
yourself
again.
and enjoy the time we spend together. And just know I'll see you later.
I began to drink quite heavily, quite noticeably. I was going crazy just from the waiting. And then the
Alright,
waiting
what's
came
the
to an
sketch?
end. It was around 3
What's
in
the
the morning.
sketch, Raven?
I was sitting
Just
up
let
in
me
bed
know what it is
in the dark,
beforehand. We
smoking,
will see.
when Rory opened
A
her eyes
20-minute
and said,
sketch, I
Dad.
assume?
Yes,
What
The
you need a
voice.
sketch of?
yes.
He's going to kill me here.
Except for a feline
Right here
creature
in
no
this
bigger
room.
than a house cat. It looks like a tabby striped fox with some
Saturday.
extra loose skin flaps
This
between the
Saturday.
front and hind legs.
At midnight.
With these flaps, the tuffer is able to glide from
Rory,
trees
sweetheart.
and down onto the ground. The tuffer is a shy animal which prefers to hide in trees, waiting for
He's
prey
gonna get
to
you
come
downstairs and the manager's office
around and be attacked
And while you're
from
there,
above.
he's
They will
gonna come
hunt
up
prey
here.
up to a bad
I
size,
want you to listen to me. You're mistaken, do you
down and
understand?
drag their
You've been
reward
having
back
another bad
with
dream.
them
That's all there is to
up
it.
to the trees
Dad, I
for safety.
swear.
Creature from my D&D
He
campaign.
just saw
Okay.
it. Just this minute.
Alright, I will,
He's standing at a bar.
just let me know later.
Standing there all by
We will
himself,
work on
drinking.
that. Next
just
stream,
this minute
just,
decide.
give me,
You're,
just,
you're making it up.
Shut
hit me
up.
up with that, and we will work on it together.
It's the bar over at the Tuscany Hotel.
Yeah.
See it so clear.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
Next
I'll
stream, I
prove you're
will
wrong.
definitely work on this.
Get me the
Yeah.
bar at the Tuscany, will you? Over on Sunset?
One moment, please.
You'll see, Rory.
Just know
He's
this
not
is
there
a
at
paid
all.
sketch.
You'll see, it's just a dream. Just a bad dream.
Sounds like a fun little critter.
Hello, is
Sounds
Harry
very
Arnold there at the bar?
Harry Arnold? No, I'm sorry, he's not.
He's not. You sure of that?
Sure, I'm sure. He was here all evening and left about a minute ago. I said goodnight to him myself. Want me to have...
Yeah. You probably do have more.
Look, Lieutenant, my hands. It's just the memory of how I felt at that moment of my hands begin to tremble again. Amazing, isn't it? Now, that was last Thursday night, or rather Friday morning.
So I wanted to
Towards
see if
daybreak,
you would give
Rory
it a shot.
thumped us
I'll
out to
give it a
sleep,
shot.
and I was restless. I got dressed and went downstairs and got into my car. The long drive, as always, relaxed me. But when I got behind the wheel, I don't know what it was, possibly the fresh air, but all at once I felt as though I couldn't keep my eyes open for another moment. Simply had to have some sleep. So I crawled into the back seat, curled myself up in one corner, pulled the rug over me, and went out like a light. I was awakened around noon by the sound of voices.
Don't smile at me, you idiot. They may see us. Look businesslike.
Where is he?
I don't know. Since he hasn't got the car, he must be out walking.
Did he fall for it last night?
Just like he fell for all the rest of it. The red bathrobe, stooges you planted in the audience. He even phoned the bar just after you left. Oh, I timed it beautifully.
Satin skin. I can hardly keep away from him.
After tomorrow night, we'll have all the time in the world for each other, Harry.
You want the whole story, that it's going to happen at midnight? Tomorrow, your place?
Every word. Just do what you have to do now. Remember to come to the dressing room before the 8 o'clock show. Tell him you've set up a meeting with Stamper, the manager, in Stamper's office at 12.
Yeah, I want them to shake hands and be friends again, I'll tell them.
Yes, and don't forget, when you come to our door at midnight, keep talking to the elevator boy. Don't let him go, whatever you do. You want him to testify with self-defense.
Don't worry. I won't forget a thing. You'll handle all the rest of it?
Just leave it to me.
I mean about his gun. That's pretty important, you know.
Don't worry. It'll misfire.
Oh my lord. I just hacked my
It'd be difficult for me to tell you what I felt as they walked away, Lieutenant. One part of me felt the way a man ought to feel, I suppose.
Mind hack.
When he learns that the woman he loves is not only unfaithful, but plotting his death as well. But another part of me felt only relief. Relief at learning there was a gimmick in this too. They'd been fairly clever for amateurs. Harry had a good excuse for carrying a gun to protect the cash he brought me each Saturday.
Life hack.
My own behavior in recent weeks would lend weight to what he would probably offer in his defense. But I must have been crazy that for no reason at all I'd opened the door, pointed the revolver at him, and threatened his life, that he had to shoot in self-defense. The presence of the elevator boy, well, that could mean only that Harry would shoot just as soon as I opened the door. I'd be found dead with a revolver in my hand and a heartbroken agent at my side. Tableau. I found myself hoping, as I never hoped before, that they'd come to their senses.
Is it punching your brother?
That they'd realize what a vicious, inhuman thing it was they were planning. But just before the 8 o'clock show that night, there was a knock
I know
at the door
that
of our
life
dressing
hack.
room. Come in.
Your brother be a
Judd, I've been
horse?
talking to Sanford, the manager.
Punch him in the
He's
face.
sorry there's bad blood between you and wants to square it. I told him he'd be in his office at 12 to talk things over.
Oh, okay, good,
All right with
good.
you? Yeah. We don't want it, so we'll never work here again, do we? I mean, there's no reason we should.
No reason at all.
Button my dress, Judd.
See you later, Judd.
Yeah, later.
He knows he's awesome. He knows he's cool.
We did the show and then went
Just
up to
don't
our
want
suite.
his head to be in the
I
clouds, is
convinced
all.
Rory that I should meet Harry alone, and then I helped her pack a small overnight
Roasted
bag. I
marshmallows
loaded
is
the
delicious,
revolver,
but really
and then there was nothing to
convenient
do but wait.
to turn on a grill
The
and
minutes
all that
passed.
if
9
all
o'clock,
you want
10,
is
10:30.
s'mores.
I
Exactly.
waited.
It is a bit inconvenient.
Yes?
Are you gonna tell me to
seem
microwave
right
it?
with you
Because
here
that
alone.
doesn't.
Harry might...
No, you go.
I can do
Things might
that.
not turn out as I planned. I might not be able to stop him. And if I fail to stop him... No, it's best that you go.
So you use
Just wait
a
at the
grill
motel
stick
until you hear
thing, the
from
metal
me.
ones, and then
What time
marshmallow
is it?
it up and
Almost
turn
11.
on your toaster
2 minutes of
and
11.
hold it over it.
I'm out of cigarettes.
Immediate disgust.
This is Mrs. Stone in 1101. Please send up
Raven's
a carton of
immediate
Flares, will you?
disgust is palpable.
I
No,
want you to go now.
you don't do that.
Just let me call the police, please.
It would be useless. We've gone into it and it would be useless.
Well, then come with me. He won't find anybody here.
Then he choose another place, another time.
Guys, Raven's life
You have your
hacks.
gun?
In my pocket.
Remember to put
you
it in
won't
the
take any
microwave
chance. I don't know what I'd do
and
if
get
you were
that
hurt.
gooey,
I won't
gooey
take any
cinder.
chances. Let me help you on with your coat.
Raven knows
Judd,
all.
I love you so.
Yeah, I know.
Don't do it in
And
front
I
of a
love you,
toaster
Rory.
because
I
that's a
really do,
fire
you know.
hazard.
You ready?
Yes. 11 o'clock.
I'm messing.
You'll
I'm
be here
messing.
in an hour.
The life
Go
hack
now, Rory.
is to turn on your
Kiss me
toaster
goodbye.
if you have
Jack.
one, and put it over.
Oh, the cigarettes. Get
I
them,
don't
will you,
have a
darling?
toaster
Will I
anymore.
find change?
Used to have a toaster. That thing got disgusting. So and no one cleans it except me. So why would I, why would I keep it when I'm the only one who's actually taking care of it, kind of thing. Maybe now with new roommates it would be fine, but. The toaster done marshmallows.
I shall
are a
always
good thing.
remember the look on
Yeah,
Harry's
they're
face,
good.
Lieutenant, as
It's
she sank to the
basically
floor.
those coils
They'd concocted
are
a bad dream
basically
between them and it
just
had come true.
like stove eyes.
I'll bet he still doesn't know.
That's
how
all they
it
really
happened.
are.
If you pass his cell, you might tell him. Just whisper the word
But
gimmick into
if
his ear. Yeah, that's
people
what I
from
said, gimmick.
Australia land or
I gimmicked the clock while
other
Rory
places
was
in the
dressing.
world
Set it back
don't
a
know
full
what
hour.
we're talking about.
It was
A
11 to
s'more
her,
is just a
but
marshmallow,
12 to him.
Hershey or a chocolate
I
like,
adore gimmicks,
and
don't
then you add granola graham cracker or any cracker, sweet cracker, and then you put it together, and you got a s'more. Now, my favorite thing to do, and I can't do it anymore because I could probably get some lactose free milk or some ice cream or something like that.
Presented by Autolite. Tonight's star, Mr. Ronald
And I could
Coleman.
make some
This is
lactose
Harlow
free
Wilcox speaking for
because
Autolite
what I
and
love
bringing
doing
back our
is making
distinguished star,
homemade
Mr. Coleman.
cookies.
Thank you, Harlow.
Is making
You know, it's been over
homemade
2 years
sandwich
since I last
cookies.
played in Autolite's Theatre of
Putting
Thrills.
ice cream
But I
in the
listened to
middle
suspense,
and then
attained new dramatic
putting
heights
two
this
cookies
season.
together. It's real
With such
simple, it's
exciting
delicious.
pairs, Edwin
But
Drood
what
and
I've
Foster
seen
Othello.
done is
Harlow,
that
my
people will make
congratulations
cookies
to
in the
our
oven
producer
and then
director,
immediately put the
and to Autolite for magnificent
vanilla
radio entertainment.
scoop
Thank you,
ice
Mr.
cream
Cole.
on top,
And friends,
and
you
then
can
mush
always
them
expect
together.
the finest from Autolite, the world's largest independent
Oh,
manufacturer of automotive electrical equipment. Every Autolite product is backed by constant research and
delicious
precision built to the
gooey
highest standards of
cookies
quality and
that
performance.
you pull out
No
of the
wonder
oven.
Autolite serves the greatest names in the industry. Yes, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. Next week, we recreate one of the great
That's
mysteries
the
of the
biggest thing
sea.
about this
A
screen
ship
is that
found
we're all
drifting in
cozy.
perfect condition,
And what's
but with
more
no
cozier
human
than
aboard.
ice cream sandwich?
The mystery of the
Sammy's.
Marie Celeste. Our star, Mr. Van Heflin. That's next week on Suspense. Suspense is produced and directed by Elliot Lewis, with music composed by Lucian Morowick and conducted by Lud Gluskin. A Vision of Death was adapted
If
for
anybody
Suspense
needs to
by
get
Walter
cozy
Brown
and
Newman
shit
from
like
the
that,
original
just-
story by Jerry
Just
Hausner.
get your
In
favorite
tonight's
country
story,
food.
Mary
What
Jane
I've been
Croft
doing
was
is
heard
that
as
I've been
Aurora.
really
Legion of the
bad
cast were Hy
is that
Averback,
I've just
Benny
been
Rubin,
taking Eggo
Julie Bennett,
waffles
and Charles Calvert.
and just eating those with some cereal.
Autolite resistor or standard type spark plugs and Autolite electrical parts at your neighborhood Autolite
Alright, you got role play? Alright.
This is the CBS
It's
Radio Network.
okay. Raven, I'm gonna be gone in a bit anyway, so it's all good. Thank you so much. It wasn't gonna be a long stream, it was just gonna be long enough that I did something today. That I was productive. Yes, very social. Now don't overextend yourself now.
In tonight's presentation of Suspense.
Oh,
Tonight, Autolite tells of one
hopefully
of the
it's
great
gonna be
mysteries
fun.
of the sea as we recreate the mystery of the Marie Celeste. Our star, Mr. Van
I mean,
Heflin.
I don't know, maybe it will. I promise you I'm gonna take good care of myself. Have been all day. That's good.
Goodbye, Hap. Goodbye.
Your friends do
This is
care
our
about
last
you.
show till fall, Hap. Last chance
We
to
all
tell
care
folks
about
switching
you.
to those inspiring, incomparable, and inevitable Autolite spark plugs. The spark plugs that are ignition engineered for the finest performance money can buy.
What are you going to do this summer?
Yes, look
Keep
at
an
that.
eye out for exasperated
Look at
drivers
that.
with poorly performing
Just
cars,
coming
Hap.
along.
And then I'll say visit your Autolite spark plug dealer for a brisk brace of Autolite spark plugs, like the amazing Autolite resistor spark plugs. The
Battles
double-light
are going
spark
well.
plugs that
Just
make
cleaning,
riding as
just
smooth as a
cleaning
summer
this up
breeze.
so I can get the rest of it done. It's coming along way faster than I
Operator
thought it
25 will tell you the location of your nearest
would.
Autolite
Once you actually
spark plug
get started
dealer.
in art,
The man with
it
ignition
gets
engineered
way
Autolite spark
faster.
plugs,
You'd
both
be
standard
surprised how
and
fast it
resistor
is.
type.
But of course I
Remember,
can.
from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. And now,
Yeah.
Autolite presents The
Welcome back
Mystery
to
of
my
the Marie
band.
Celeste, starring Mr.
But
Van
yeah, no,
Heflin,
it's
hoping
just,
once again to keep you in
I'm glad that you're enjoying
suspense.
yourself. I'm glad that you're playing games and stuff like that. You know, I'm also glad that you're streaming too,
On December 9th, 1872,
and you're meeting
the
new
American
people, and
brigantine
you're
Marie
saying hey
Celeste
to
was
everybody.
discovered
You're
adrift
really
in
becoming a
derelict
social
close off the
butterfly,
coast of
that's
North
for
Africa.
sure.
She had
People are going to
sustained
be
some
like, oh my
storm
goodness,
damage, but she was still an
where's
able ship.
Raven? How is she so
The sails
social?
were set,
And you're like,
the cargo was intact. Conditions in her cabins and forecastle seemed normal. There was no evidence of violence. Yet, not a sign was found of the crew that had manned her. Officers, men, and the captain's wife had vanished, and no acceptable explanation of their disappearance.
has ever
Aw, that's good.
Perhaps
Tattoo! That's right. You're gonna get a tattoo on my
it would
birthday.
start in New York City's
You're gonna
Harbor
get a
District
big old
on the night of
tattoo on my
November
birthday.
7th, 1872. The eve of the Marie Celeste's departure from that same
I
harbor.
will get to see it, and it will be nice. I'll be like, oh my god, she did it just for me. You're gonna get that too on Saturday, which is the 28th, right? 28th, my birthday. Right? Isn't Saturday the 28th? Yeah. It's just a coincidence, but it's fun. It's completely coincidental. Alright. That'll be nice. It'll be nice to be told happy birthday.
Who did this man kill? A young girl. And the man she was with. And then he killed the girl's mother. He's a maniac.
It's okay.
We've got to get
It's alright,
him.
Raven.
Down this way.
It's okay.
All right. One man from the force will be here shortly.
Favorite animal? Well, my favorite animal. That is a good question. Now, my immediate thought is the capybara, but they is a stinky. They is stinky. And I like them, but they're very stinky. No, then there's the wallaby and the kangaroo. I love me some kangaroos, but is it my favorite? Now that is a good question.
Until that night, I searched for a ship that was leaving soon. One that was badly guarded so I could slip aboard.
I think we should check the volume. Okay.
The drunken deck watch stayed in his sleep until I was hidden in the number 2
No, it's because I literally my headphones fell away from my face. That's what happened. I don't like wearing bulky headphones. It sucks, but this is the better mic. Like, the mic just sounds better. There's a better bit of quality. No, I'm not eating the mic. Stop it. Stop it, you. Stop it. Get to that.
So that I can go to the captain and tell him of my crime.
No, I'm not gonna eat them. You guys are very silly. No. But this is the better mic. The other one I have is Hot Trash. It's way worse.
I want to talk to your captain.
You'll talk to him right enough, whether you want to or not. How'd you get aboard?
You'll be lucky if you didn't stand the 12-4 watch your last night in port, because that's when it was.
You're uppity for a stowaway, aren't you? You're no better than a thief.
Well, I admit that. Look, I want no trouble.
But my favorite animal is either...
No one else.
I don't want to say the kangaroo, because I don't know.
Come on, you.
Because deep down, is it the kangaroo?
If you're going to make the rest of the trip with us, you better drop your airs or there'll be trouble.
Now, I like tegus. They're pretty radical. They're pretty radical dudes. Tegus are pretty cool.
You expect to be with the officers, like an honored guest.
No.
Where then?
Well, I don't know.
I mean,
you act like
kangaroos are pretty great. They also are bastards, as far as I've seen, which makes me laugh so much. I love that depending on where you live, you can either be like, oh yeah, kangaroos, they're so sweet. You can just go to the park and you can pet them. And then the other place is like, oh yeah, kangaroos, they'll kill you. They're so goddamn territorial, they'll just snatch up your dog and break their goddamn necks on their hands. It's either that. It's either that or raccoons. Because raccoons are just hilarious. I love those little wizards.
That's all, Bull. Tell Hubbard I want to see him as soon as he's off watch.
Yes, sir.
Now, you realize...
But Also, I love possums
You committed a
too.
crime by boarding this ship without
Yeah.
permission. And probably without passport or any other papers, I suppose.
Trash pandas. They're also little wizards, and they've got grippy hands. And they can open. They can also open up doors, and it makes me laugh watching videos of like, you can't get in, you can't get in, and then the raccoon figures out the fucking door. They're goddamn wizards.
You were in trouble?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever heard a raccoon just chittering and stuff like that? They sound like people.
I am wrong.
What kind of trouble?
Well, there was a girl, sir, who I was in love with.
You don't need fantasy animals when raccoons exist. They're goddamn fucking fantasy creatures right there.
I found her with another man, and I just had to get away, sir.
A lovesick young calf, eh? Well, that doesn't condone...
Ben.
Oh, yes, my dear.
I'm not saying that your kefir is bad. I'm saying that if you ever need fantasy creatures, raccoons just naturally are great.
In number 2 hole, ma'am.
They're in the real world, and they're goddamn wizards.
Why haven't you come to us before this?
They also are intelligent. They also have a social structure and are intelligent enough to understand self, which is very interesting. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, like, how smart are raccoons? They understand people. They get personality, which is weird.
I thought it was. I know it sounds
Right.
silly,
Corbins
but
are also
to me
super
it seemed
great.
awfully
Yep.
serious.
Corbins are amazing, and octopi.
think of
Oh
another way
yeah.
to leave as quickly
Octopi are incredibly smart. Yeah. Then you have elephants, which are super intelligent. Right next to octopi, which are just when people are like, "Oh yeah, dolphins, they're so smart." Octopuses are just so damn smart.
My name. Grace is the name of the girl.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I love it when octopuses understand the human emotion of cute.
It was learning that the
Like,
that made me change my mind
they
about
get it,
telling him the truth.
and that scares me in some ways, because they understand on how to be cute. To be like, oh, predator, I am just a cute baby. Don't hurt me.
My wife, my Grace, had come in from the next cabin, and together we talked to this stowaway, and we felt sorry.
There was
for him
one
and wanted to be
octopus
kind to
that
him.
used to get out of its enclosure.
The wife can't be
It
more than
used
3
to
or 4 years
walk
older
around
than
to
I.
other
And I
enclosures.
feel close to her right away. I think that even if she doesn't know what
Oh
I've
yeah.
done, she
Like
understands
the
me.
Dumbo octopus? Oh yeah, I love Dumbo octopus. Well, also, I'm a fiend for all animals. So when people ask me what my favorite one is, I'm like, but there's such amazing ones. Oh right, there's also this one and this one.
I was told where to come.
Well,
Wake up. Here's the one came aboard during
thank you,
your watch.
Nightbot.
What's your figure? You'll be
Well.
fine. A week's pay? That's right. Newcomb, huh?
Yes.
Why'd you come aboard?
Why, I wanted to get away from New York.
Man's got to have a better reason than that. You running away from the police?
No.
What then?
Well, it wouldn't interest you. It's not important.
It's important to me. And I want you to know how I feel about it.
Oh yeah. So far, in an hour, we got this, which is good. In an hour, we have gotten this far. I'm getting way fucking faster. I gotta say, I'm getting way faster at my art, and I'm getting way more consistent with my
3
art.
weeks before we make Naples. You'll pay for it. I'll see to that.
Damn. But I do have, it's the worst thing, guys. I have work. I have to go to work in just a bit. Yep, Dazed Eyes is still on. I will send them over to Dazed. So just say hi, you don't have to stay. Just say, hey, what's going on to Dazed? He's amazing. He's an amazing fellow. I doubt it, but I will try to make it work. I doubt it will be the best day, but I will try to make it work.
On another night, I'm on deck. I'm crossing from the port to starboard, and when I pass under the mainyard, a marlinspike falls from aloft and sticks in the planks beside me, narrowly missing my head.
I do hope it does go by super smooth.
I try to avoid him, but he drops to the deck to face me.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I know you did.
What are you gonna do, bud?
Good luck, mate. I'll try. No problem.
You take more than any man I've ever known.
Oh man.
Well, I'm not proud of that. But why do you keep after me? Why don't you leave me alone?
Man, thank you guys so much, and thank you, Haven. Thank you, Ojima. Thank you, Omega. Thank you, Raven. And thank you, Brother Nick, for me. I hope he's doing well as well.
Why do you say that?
I hope your evening goes well, and I hope everybody else's day goes well. You guys are incredible, amazing, stupendous, and awesome. Don't ever think you're not, and I hope you guys have an incredible day.
Autolite is bringing you Mr.
I'll try. Hey, but I'll try. Also, happy birthday again, Omega. Thank you so much, Raven. I forgot. Thank you, Omega. Happy birthday. Have a good one now. Bye-bye.
Well, Harlow, this
yeah, big old hugs.
Resistor spark plug. The double life spark plug. That's the greatest advance in spark plug design for automotive use.